What's going on, my Turner Club? Today we're going to check out the lead Pokemon. How is that affecting your gameplay in the Go Battle League in Pokemon Go? So welcome to the Turner Club. Here we go! Welcome back, everybody. Let me know in the comments below, how did you like yesterday's video? Did it help you guys out? Have you changed your teams? Or what are the teams that you are running for the Ultra League? Because Go Battle League is a completely blind league, which is what makes it so challenging. And choosing the proper lead is going to be one of the most important things that you can do for your gameplay. So today I'm going to show you two different scenarios. This came from my Discord. I battled one of the Discord members for the King of the Hill. So we have a PvP King of the Hill in my Discord, and then whoever wins that is going to battle me, so it's super fun. Definitely, if you want to get into my Discord, like I said yesterday, we have tons of stuff going on in there. It's an amazing community. If you guys do want to get in there, it's in my description and my pinned comments below. So these are two battles. Number one case scenario is going to be when I kind of lost the lead. The second case scenario is going to be when I won the lead, and you can see how radically different the matches turned out with the exact same Pokemon. So let's check it out right now. More Go Battle League action coming at you guys. So today we're going to check out a battle that I had with one of my Discord members. So like I mentioned, we do King of the Hill and PvP, and then after the winner of whoever stays on top of the King of the Hill I go ahead and battle them. So on this particular one, big shout out to Abaddon. Abaddon is going to be one of my mod squad for my Discord, so super appreciate you out there. And so he won the King of the Hill this past week, so I went ahead and battled him. So the way it works is we were doing best of 3. Whatever team you go in, you are not allowed to switch it. However, you can switch up your leads and everything like that. So I'm going to show you two battles that we had. Number one, Abaddon is going to win. Number two, I am going to be able to handle the match a little bit more in my favor. And this does not change any of the Pokemon. So the Pokemon that I'm running, if you guys didn't check out my video yesterday, you definitely want to check it out. I'm going to be running a Giratina Altered Form as my lead. The weaknesses are going to be Ice, Ghost, Fairy, Dark, and Dragon. So it has 5 weaknesses, no double weaknesses, which is very, very positive. And then I'm going to be running the Shift Tree. You got to look out for the Bug, which is double weak to, and then Fire, especially, it's also weak to fighting. And then as far as the last Pokemon, I'm going to be using the Registeel, which is going to have 3 weaknesses, no double weaknesses, which is positive. It's going to be Fire, Ground, and Fighting, which is going to be its weaknesses. So we're going to get into the battle right now. I just wanted to point out one thing, that using your Pokemon to your advantage, really getting it on your team, and knowing what moves are going to do the most damage, especially when you're weak in certain scenarios, you're definitely going to want to check out. So let's check out the battles right now. Abaddon versus myself. So this is going to be, I believe, battle number 2. I don't know exactly. So we are going Giratina Altered against a Snorlax. So I do know that my Registeel is going to be more favorable against this particular Pokemon. However, I don't know all the Pokemon that are going to be in his party. So I need to make sure that if I do need this Pokemon for a fire type Pokemon, I'm going to keep it. I don't want to get hit with anything too crazy, and the Lick isn't doing too much damage, so I'm going to go ahead and see what move he is going to have. It's going to be Heavy Slam. It does a decent amount of neutral damage. It's not too much. I'm assuming that I'm going to get at least 1 shield out of him right here, because this Dragon Claw, oh, no shield, which is surprising. So he's definitely saving his shields, letting me pull it down, and then I'm going to switch in at the last second. I love doing that because number one, it starts ticking down some time on the switch timer, and then also it be able to absorb a shield. So then he pulls out a Charizard, and this is a humongous threat, especially to the Registeel, because no moves that it has are super effective against the Charizard, because Charizard's flying and fire. It's going to resist the Flash Cannon, resist the Focus Blast. So I need the shield right there because the Blast Burn will take me down, and I want to try to get another shield out of him. It was my goal, right? And just to see what happens. There's the other shield, and he knows that his fire type Pokemon is super valuable right now against this Registeel. So he's going to go ahead and shield it, in particularly good play by him. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull out this Pokemon. The goal here is go ahead and use Ancient Power, because remember, from using Charizard in the Great League, it's going to be double weak to Rock. So even though this move was taken down, it's still going to do a decent amount of damage. So then he goes ahead and pulls out his Snorlax, which I'm able to finish off. And then here comes the Giratina Altered Form, which, although it is a good matchup for me, the downside is I don't have a shield. I really need a shield to win this matchup because of how tanky this Pokemon is. So you'll notice how much damage that does. It's neutral damage. It's not super effective, but this Pokemon is tanky. Look, it's weak to Dark, with a stab effectiveness, and it does about half, maybe half health. So right there, I lost to the CMP tie on that particular move, unless he did get there a little bit before me by one quick charge, which it didn't look like. So that's gonna be super good games to Abaddon. He played it really well. When I went into my Registeel, he switched right into his Charizard. He had 2 shields, so he was able to shield up. He could have even saved a shield because I don't think I would have done a tremendous amount of damage, and then he would have had potentially a shield going in and he would have wrecked me even more, but that was really well played. So this team, I do know I'm obviously going to be fighting it again, so it's going to be really strong against my team because of that Charizard. The Charizard is really strong. It gets the Fire Spin and the Blast Burn. Fire Spin is going to be doing damage to both of my Shiftry and my Registeel, so in my mind, I know I have to do something different, and I know I cannot lead with a Registeel because I don't want to lead with the tanky Pokemon, and then a Shiftry, probably not the best to lead with as well. So I'm going to go ahead and keep leading with this Giratina altered form. However, here's the one thing that I have learned from the Shiftry. It's going to be weak to fire. However, when you do hit Charizard, because I play with Charizard too, with Foul Play, it does a lot of damage. A lot of people that aren't very familiar with the Charizard and they see maybe like a Shiftry come out or they see an Umbreon come out, they don't realize that Foul Play does a tremendous amount of damage on that Pokemon. So I'm going to try to use that to the best of my abilities, knowing that that Charizard could definitely take out 2 Pokemon on my team, which would then lead me to a Giratina to face a Giratina, which is going to be an even keel. And then he has a bulky Snorlax in there as well, which I'm going to need my Registeel for. Or, I mean, I could probably use a Shiftry as well, since he's running the Body Slam and the Heavy Slam. But we're going to go ahead and start that match right now, so we can see match number 2 and how I'm going to play differently to try to pull out a win. So we have Giratina versus Giratina. Pretty evenly matched, right? So here's the play that I'm gonna use. So I'm gonna go Giratinas. I'm gonna beat him to the Dragon Claw because I'm using a 15 attack Giratina, and some of you guys are thinking I'm crazy. And I just don't have a good one, so I'm not gonna invest in that. So I get a shield, which is positive number 1. I'm gonna go ahead and soak up this attack because it's gonna be Dragon Claw. Although it's pretty effective, it doesn't do a ton of damage, so I wanna conserve my shields as much as possible. So I'm going straight in for another Dragon Claw. So I'm either gonna do damage or I'm gonna get a shield here, which then it's gonna leave him vulnerable because he's not gonna have shield. So I did it, and then boom, I'm gonna go ahead and switch, and I'm gonna throw in my Shiftry. The reason why I'm choosing Shiftry here, I'm gonna go ahead and pause for you guys. 2 things. Number 1 is it does get the dark moves, right? So when it's going to charge with the dark moves, I thought I could maybe quick switch in and do 2 quick dark moves, and I would be able to take down the Giratina with the Snarl. However, it didn't work, but I did sliver its health, so it's pretty much dead. 1 hit from a Dragon Breath is going to kill this Pokemon. It's going to do a special on me, which is okay. And the other thing is going to be because, remember what I talked about, the Foul Play does a lot of damage on the Charizard. So bringing out the Shiftry, since I know what his team is, he's not going to bring out the Snorlax. If he was going to bring out the Snorlax, would probably be a decently smart move, but Shiftry will chunk down a Snorlax pretty good, and I have 2 shields. So the Charizard is the best option in your mind because I'm switch locked. But if I can pull out a Foul Play, it's going to do a lot of damage. So we're going to go ahead and continue here and see how this goes out, especially because Shiftry charges so fast. So I'm already at Foul Play here, right? So we're going to see, is he going to shield this move? Does he know how much Foul Play? Shield's number 1. He doesn't have a second shield. So it's all I need to do is get to the move, which I thankfully do. So he did know that the Foul Play was coming in. I don't know if he's played with this Charizard too often, but look at how much damage that does. Like, that is a tremendous amount of damage. It basically has a sliver of damage left. So you already know that I have 2 Pokemon sitting in there. I cannot bring in the Registeel in case he has Blast Burn. Even though I could, I don't want to because it's not going to chunk its health down far enough. So what I am going to do is I am going to bring in the Giratina because the Dragon Breath wrecks. So I'm able to take down the Charizard without it getting a charge move off. And then I'm going in with Giratina, which is going to take me out. And now I'm sitting here with basically a full charge Registeel, and then here comes the Snorlax, and I have 2 shields. The only thing I have to be cautious of is going to be Earthquake. So when I see something charging very long, look at that. That's going to be 2/3 of its health with 1 Focus Blast. The thing about Focus Blast is it doesn't debuff myself like Superpower does on the Melmetal, which is something I really like. So I choose to shield here, and he has Heavy Slam and Body Slam, so I know I'm super good. Even if he throws any of those moves at me, I'm going to be safe. And I have a shield left and basically a full powered up Registeel with the health about 1/3 down. So notice the difference there. We literally went from a CMP tie loss to a completely different matchup where I am dominating the whole entire match, right? So Abaddon played it really well on the first time. On the second time, he also played it really well. However, I was able to sneak a couple shifts in there from being used to playing with Shiftry and with Charizard to know that Foul Play is going to do the most damage. I know that the Registeel is going to do virtually no damage against the Charizard, not the Pokemon I want to put in. I'm going to fight with the Charizard knowing that it's weak, and then I'm going to be able to get double Foul Plays because of how fast it was. And since the Giratina Ultra Form was going to attack me, I was able to shift into the Shiftry and do 2 Snarls to start powering up in the background, and then I was able to get a second one and blow both of his shields off, and I was able to boom hit it and then take it almost virtually down with the Shiftry, and then I'm able to come through and clean it up with the Giratina. So just that mental shift, using your Pokemon to your advantage, leading with the proper Pokemon, and then knowing what is going to be best served. Granted, I did know that he had a Charizard in this particular situation, so it was advantage to me and how I played, but going forward, just kind of have that in the background. Know what Pokemon come out, know how to shift, and it's gonna help you guys immensely. So thank you to everybody for tuning in, all my likers, commenters, subscribers, Patreon members, and everybody who takes their support, subscription, and participation to the next level. I'm gonna see you guys out on the next video. Peace! I just wanna take a moment and sincerely thank all of my Patreon members, everybody that has taken their subscription to the next level and chosen to support me on this platform. I greatly appreciate you guys. As a growing channel and really trying to grow and improve as much as I possibly can, I really appreciate the extra support. You guys mean the absolute world to me. I cannot wait to connect with you soon, and I appreciate you guys all for being a part of the Trainer Club. I will see you guys out on the next video.